Erev Shabbat Shalom Rabotai. We are continuing with our Mishna Yomi Masechet Maaser Sheni. We're up to Perek Bet Mishna Yud. Today's Mishnayot should be Nishmat Neria ben Svedlana Aranbayev and Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelov Menuchatam Began Eden. Amen. We know Maaser Sheni must be kept in a state of Tahara and it may not be eaten by a person who is Tameh. Today's Mishnah is going to discuss how a person can buy a pitcher of wine with Maaser Sheni money and yet enable Tameh people to drink from it. The Mishnah says, Mishna Yomi miktzat banav tmeinu miktzatan teorim. Someone has some children who are tameh and some children who are tahor, and he wants to buy a pitcher of wine with Maaser Sheni money for his family to share. Meniech et sela ve'omer, he can put down a sela of Maaser Sheni and say, Ma she'ateorim shotim sela zu mechulelet alav. This sela shall have its sanctity transferred to the wine that the tahor children will drink. Now this declaration takes effect. Whatever wine the tahor children will drink will be Maaser Sheni, and the rest of the wine will be Chulin, and it may be drunk by the Tameh children. And the Mefarshim explain, this doesn't mean that the pitcher now holds a mixture of Maaser Sheni and Chulin, because if it did, the entire mixture would have been treated as Maaser Sheni and would be forbidden to the Tameh children. Rather, when the tahor children drink their share of the wine, that wine becomes retroactively lemafreya classified as maaser. The rest, which is drunk by the tameh children, that remains chunin. And the reason this works is based off a halachic principle called birera, retroactive clarification, which states that a determination made at a later time can clarify the legal status of something at an earlier time. It's called birera. It works lemafreya. And the Mishnah concludes, Nimtzeut teorim utmeim shotim mikad echad. Therefore, it turns out that the tahor children and the tameh children drink from the same pitcher. Now, the Mefarshim explain there are more details of this halacha which depend on the type of tumah that the tameh children have. For example, if they have a type of tumah that contaminates whatever they touch, like the tumah of a zav, the tahor children must drink their share of wine first, because once the tameh children touch the pitcher, all the wine will become tameh. No one, not even a person who is tameh, may drink Maaser Sheni that is tameh. And that is in Rabotai of Perek Bet Mishna Yud. We continue now with Perek Gimel Mishnah Aleph. This Mishnah is going to speak about halacha that relates to the transportation of Maaser Sheni to Yerushalayim. The Mishnah begins, Lo yomar adam lechavero, a person may not say to his friend, Ha'al et haperot ha'elu liYerushalayim lechalek, bring these Maaser Sheni fruits of mine up to Yerushalayim for us to divide there, because such a statement, the Mefarshim say, implies that the owner will give his friend some of the fruits as payment for carrying them to Yerushalayim, and if so, the owner is essentially using Maaser Sheni produce to pay a debt, and that is forbidden. Elo merlo, rather the owner may say to his friend, Ha'alem shenochlem v'nishtem b'Yerushalayim. Bring up the fruits so that we may eat them and drink them together in Yerushalayim, because that implies that the owner is simply inviting his friend to join him in a meal of Maaser Sheni, which is mutar, permitted, like we learned in chapter 1, Mishnah 1. And the Mefarshim explain, since he didn't mention dividing the produce, but simply eating and drinking it, that does not seem like an offer of payment, but it seems like an invitation to join a meal. Aval notnim ze lazeh matnat chinam, but two people may give each other Maaser Sheni as a free gift, meaning a person may invite his friend to a meal and serve him Maaser Sheni. And that is a source that the Mishnah brings for allowing the owner to say, Ha'alem shenochlem v'nishtem b'Yerushalayim, bring up the fruits that we may eat them and drink them together in Yerushalayim, because two people can give each other Maaser Sheni as a free gift. And the Mefarshim explain, again, like we said, the Mefarshim explain that a person is allowed to invite his friend to a meal and serve him Maaser Sheni. And that is in Rabotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Everybody should have a Shabbat Shalom. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'amen.